Hey guys, my name is Neel and welcome to Neel Workshop Zone. So in this episode we're going to be talking about Python objects and classes. So in our previous episodes we kind of talked about functions and about all of that. So I recommend checking them out and also checking out the previous Python episodes as well where I talked about all sort of stuff like variables etc. Because to understand class and objects you need to understand them. Now class and objects is a very basic concept, and if you know about Java or have seen my Java videos, I think you kind of know what class and objects are. But if you don't know, well, I'm going to tell you about class and objects. So let's talk about class and objects. So first of all, what is a class? So we'll talk about methods and data, afterwards. But for now, let's just say that a object consists of method and data. Now, a class is a blueprint of an object. So, for example, to make it a lot more better understandable for you, let's take a house. So, when you're building a house, you make a blueprint or a sketch where everything is written down about the house. So you have how many floors it's going to have, which color, how many rooms it's going to have, and how it's going to function, which place it is, etc. Now, that is basically class and objects. So here the object is the house. Meanwhile the class is the blueprint or the sketch of the house. So that is basically class and objects in simple terms. So now let's talk about let's talk about the remaining stuff you need to learn about class and objects. So now let's learn how to write a class or how to define a class. So if you guys know previous episodes like functions, you guys know that to write a function you need to use a keyword called def, like this. And then you need to write function, etc. Now the same way, to create a class, you need to use the class keyword. So class. So now let's write a simple class. So let's write a dog. And since you're writing class, you need to, you need to remember to keep indentations. So now let's write some simple things like name. Let's just write a puppy. It's not a good name, but it's just for an example. Let's write the weight is 500 grams, and let's write the breed is lab, and let's say write a function. And let's write let's just leave a function like this, and let's write print it barks, and let's write another function def minus function, and let's write another one. So let's write something like print it eats. So this is basically a simple class. Now you might be thinking of something that yes, this is a class, but still you haven't said about what data is or what methods are. So basically data is variables and methods are functions. So for example, here these three things. So where we kind of just talked about what these are, that is the data or the variables, because we talked about the basic things like name, weight, breed, etc. Now these are the methods are known as the functions because well it talks about what it can do. So it says that it can bark, it can eat, etc. So that is basically collections. Methods and data in simple terms. So that is how a class works and how a class is written. Now, to access a class, we need to also write an object. So, to write an object, what you need to do is, like definition of classes, you also need to write its word, which is object name is equals to class underscore name. So that is how you create an object and to call a class. Now this is basically, this is the basic knowledge of class and object. There's still a lot more things that we can talk about. But for now, we're kind of talking about the introduction of class and objects. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out any new videos. And that's all folks, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.